Hello, my friends. Welcome back to Echo Your English. I'm so glad you're here with us today. This episode is all about something simple, gentle, and honestly, really helpful. The little habits that make life easier. Not big goals, not giant dreams, not complicated routines, just small, everyday actions that quietly shape the way we feel. Sometimes a tiny habit can change the whole mood of a morning, or help us breathe a little easier in the evening, or make a stressful day feel just a little bit lighter. Today, you'll listen to Emily and Ryan talk in a warm, natural conversation about these tiny habits they've discovered in their own lives. You can just relax, listen, and let the English flow around you. And if you want to shadow along, feel free to repeat anything that feels useful. Let's begin.
You know, Ryan, recently I've been thinking about how tiny habits can completely change the way my day feels. Nothing dramatic, nothing life-changing, just these small little actions that make everything a bit easier.
Oh, I love this already, because honestly, I've reached a point in my life where big goals feel exhausting. But a tiny habit? That I can handle.
Exactly. Like yesterday, I simply put my phone in another room while I made breakfast. And it sounds ridiculous, but it made the whole morning calmer.
That's not ridiculous at all. That's brilliant. I actually do something similar. When I wake up, I try not to check messages for the first 10 minutes. Just 10 minutes. But those 10 minutes feel like a completely different world.
Yes, it's like giving your brain a soft landing instead of throwing it straight into chaos.
You know what's funny? I used to think improvement had to be this big, dramatic thing. Like, I'm going to wake up at 5 a.m. every day, or I'm going to run 10 miles. But now, I celebrate the days I just drink water when I wake up.
Same. Honestly, the bar is low, and I'm okay with that. Little habits matter. They really do.
What's another little habit you've been loving?
Recently, I've been doing this thing where I tidy for 2 minutes. Just 2. I don't try to clean the whole house. I just pick one tiny thing, fold a blanket, wash a cup, whatever, and suddenly the place feels more peaceful.
2 minutes is genius. It's short enough that your brain doesn't panic.
Exactly. And it actually works. After 2 minutes, I usually keep going. But even if I don't, those 2 minutes still help.
I do something similar with emails. I call it the one email rule. If I open my inbox, I must answer one email. Not all, just one.
Oh, that's so smart. It removes the pressure.
Right? And it makes me feel like I'm not drowning.
Sometimes that's all we need. Something small that reminds us we're not drowning.
Well said, and I think many people listening will relate to that.
You know, another tiny habit that's helped me, I call it the 1-minute pause. Just 1 minute where I stop everything, breathe slowly, and notice how my body feels.
1 minute? That's it?
That's it. And it sounds too simple, but it's almost like hitting a tiny reset button during the day.
I like that. I really like that. I do something a bit similar, but in my own chaotic Ryan-style way. I step outside for 30 seconds. Even if it's cold, even if it's raining, I just step out, take a deep breath, and step back in.
That's actually kind of beautiful. A mini escape.
Exactly, a tiny escape. And for some reason, outside air feels different. It tells my brain, hey, the world is bigger than your problems.
That's such a good reminder. It's comforting. Little habits can be quiet reminders that life isn't as heavy as it feels.
Honestly, Emily, I think tiny habits are more sustainable because they feel like small gifts instead of punishments.
Yes, that's exactly it. You don't force yourself, you gently guide yourself.
Like training a puppy.
Exactly. And sometimes my brain is basically a puppy.
Same. Mine is a golden retriever. Easily excited, easily tired.
Mine is like a sleepy cat. Needs peace, needs routines, needs windows.
You know, that actually explains a lot about both of us.
Oh, absolutely. And these tiny habits, they're like small forms of self-respect. We're not trying to be perfect. We're just trying to be a little kinder to ourselves.
And a little more organized mentally. Even something as small as choosing tomorrow's outfit the night before, it just removes one decision.
Yes, decision fatigue is real. I do a similar thing with meals. Not full meal prep, that's too big for me. But I'll pick one thing, like knowing what I'm going to have for breakfast tomorrow. And it makes the morning easier.
Mornings need kindness. They really do.
Absolutely. I think of mornings as fragile. One small habit can change the whole tone of the day.
Speaking of mornings, you know what tiny habit surprisingly changed my life? Laying out a glass of water next to my bed before I sleep. So when I wake up, it's right there. No excuses.
Oh, I love that. Like a small gift from your past self to your future self.
Exactly. Past Ryan is like, hey buddy, I know mornings are rough, so here you go.
That's adorable. And honestly, hydration is one of those things we all forget, but always feel better when we do it.
Another one, putting on real clothes even when I work from home. Not fancy clothes, just something a tiny bit better than pajamas.
Oh, me too. It changes your whole energy. It's like telling your brain, okay, we're awake now.
Yes, it gives structure to a day that could easily feel like a puddle.
A puddle day. We all know those.
Totally. Days where time melts and you're not sure if it's morning or evening.
And then suddenly, you're eating cereal at 4 p.m.
Story of my life.
Another small habit that helps me is writing down just 3 things I want to do that day. Not a long to-do list, just 3.
Yes, that's a powerful one because long lists make me want to lie down.
Exactly. But 3, it feels manageable. And sometimes I only finish 1, but even that feels okay.
It's like choosing your priorities instead of letting your priorities choose you.
Well said. And I like the feeling of knowing what actually matters for the day.
I used to think productivity had to be intense, but now I think gentle productivity is the way forward.
Oh, I love that phrase. Gentle productivity. We should trademark that.
Absolutely, and the entire world could use a little more gentleness.
Especially with ourselves.
Especially that.
You know, another tiny habit that's surprisingly powerful is opening the curtains as soon as I wake up. Just letting the light in. Even if it's cloudy, even if it's raining, some kind of daylight makes me feel more human.
Oh, yes, natural light is magic. I do that too, and it kind of tells my brain, okay, you survived the night. Let's begin again.
That's exactly what it feels like. A gentle restart.
And speaking of gentle restarts, making your bed. I used to think it was pointless. Like, why fix something I'm just going to ruin again in 14 hours?
I used to say the same thing. But now, it just makes my room feel calmer, like my brain has a clean space to stand on.
A made bed really is like a tiny island of order in a messy world.
I love that. A tiny island of order. Another habit that helps me is listening to something soft while I get ready. Not loud music, something like calm background sounds or just quiet. It's like easing into the day instead of jumping into it.
I do something similar, but in reverse. At the end of the day, when I start shutting down my laptop, I play the same calm playlist. My brain now recognizes it as a signal. Work is done, you can relax.
That's so clever. It's like a small emotional switch.
Exactly, and emotional switches are powerful. We underestimate them.
A tiny habit I've been practicing lately is putting things back where they belong immediately. Just
Immediately. Not in 5 minutes, not later. Just right away. One small action, less mental chaos.
Oh, I try that too. Sometimes I fail spectacularly.
Oh, same. But even doing it half the time helps.
One tiny habit I started is replying to messages in voice notes. Not long ones, just 20 or 30 seconds. It feels more personal and it takes less mental energy than typing sometimes.
Yes, and hearing someone's voice makes the connection feel warmer. That's a beautiful habit.
Honestly, life is just a collection of tiny things we repeat. So why not choose tiny things that make us feel better?
Well said. None of these habits are dramatic, but they're quietly life-changing.
Quietly life-changing. I like that.
You know, there's another tiny habit that surprised me with how much it helped. I call it micro joy. It's basically choosing one tiny thing each day that brings me joy, like lighting a candle or eating one piece of my favorite chocolate or sitting in the sun for 5 minutes.
Microjoy. I love that name. It sounds like a new tech product.
It does, doesn't it? Introducing the Microjoy 3000.
Guaranteed to improve your mood in under 60 seconds.
Honestly, that's basically what it is. I do something similar, but it's more random. Sometimes I just stop and watch my coffee swirl when I pour milk into it. It's like a tiny moment of beauty.
Oh, that's so poetic. The little things really are the best things. Speaking of little things, I've also started stretching for 30 seconds before bed. Nothing complicated, just a small stretch. And somehow I sleep better.
That's wonderful. My nighttime tiny habit is writing down one sentence, just one, about how my day felt. Not a whole journal entry, just a single line.
One sentence is perfect. No pressure, no drama.
Exactly. Some nights it's something deep, like, I felt more patient today. And other nights it's literally, I'm tired, goodbye.
That would be my journal every day.
But it's still a small reflection, a little check-in with yourself.
You know, a tiny habit that's helped me socially? Saying people's names more often when I talk to them. Like, thanks, James. Or, I appreciate that, Sarah. It makes interactions feel warmer.
Oh, that's such a beautiful habit. Using someone's name creates connection instantly.
And honestly, it reminds me to be more present with people.
Being present, that's the big goal behind all these little habits, isn't it?
Yes, being here, being aware, being gentle.
Little habits bring us back to ourselves.
And life feels easier when we feel like ourselves.
You know, there's another tiny habit that's helped me stay present. When I'm walking somewhere, I try to notice one thing I usually ignore, like the color of a building, or the sound of leaves, or even the pattern on the pavement.
That's lovely. It's like giving your brain a moment to look around instead of rushing through life.
Exactly. And it makes even an ordinary walk feel special somehow.
I've noticed that when I walk without headphones, just for a few minutes, it changes everything. I listen to the world instead of drowning it out.
Oh, I love that. Silence can be healing.
And sometimes awkward.
True, but still healing.
Another tiny habit I've been doing is choosing a closing activity at the end of my workday. Something symbolic, like turning off a lamp, or closing a notebook, or putting my laptop in a drawer. It tells my brain work mode is over.
That's such a helpful habit. Our brains need clear beginnings and endings.
Yes, otherwise everything blends together and feels heavy.
One closing activity I do is washing my teacup at the end of the day. It's like telling myself, okay, tomorrow is a fresh start.
That's adorable and practical.
Tiny habits often are both.
Here's a tiny habit I think more people should try. Saying good enough out loud. Not everything needs to be perfect. Sometimes good enough is the healthiest choice.
Oh, absolutely. I say that too, especially with chores. If the floor is cleanish, I'm happy.
Cleanish should be a real word.
It is in my life.
Same here. And honestly, letting go of perfection is one of the most powerful habits. A small sentence can transform a mood.
Words matter. Tone matters. Even small sentences matter.
That's why I try a tiny habit of speaking to myself the way I'd speak to a friend. Kind, patient, not dramatic.
That's beautiful. Self-talk is a habit people forget they're practicing every single day.
Yeah, and sometimes we're accidentally practicing being harsh.
So choosing kind self-talk, that's one of the best tiny habits anyone can build.
I agree. And it doesn't take time, just awareness.
Most tiny habits are like that. Simple, quiet, and deeply human.
And together, they build a softer life.
You know, listening to all these little habits we've talked about, it makes me realize something. None of them are complicated. None of them require discipline or motivation, just awareness, just tiny choices repeated softly.
Yes, and I think that's why they actually last. Big habits feel like a battle. Tiny habits feel like a whisper.
A whisper you can actually follow.
Exactly. And you know what tiny habit surprised me the most? Smiling at myself in the mirror in the morning.
Oh, that's such a sweet one.
It feels ridiculous the first time, but strangely comforting the 10th time.
It's like saying, hey, I'm here. Let's try today.
Yes, a tiny moment of recognition.
I sometimes do a tiny affirmation too. Nothing dramatic, just something gentle like, you're doing your best, or today doesn't have to be perfect.
That's lovely, and honestly, people underestimate how much those tiny phrases can change the mood of a whole day.
Words are powerful, even the quiet ones.
Especially the quiet ones.
Another little habit that helps me is putting my phone on airplane mode for the first hour of the morning when I can. It creates a tiny pocket of peace.
That's beautiful. I think we all need pockets of peace.
Yes, not big vacations, not dramatic escapes, just small pockets of calm.
Those pockets are what keep us sane, especially in a busy world.
And honestly, I think most people don't realize they can create those pockets anytime. It's just choosing one small thing.
One drink of water, one deep breath, one stretch, one sentence, one moment of noticing the world.
One tiny step toward feeling better.
And tiny steps add up. That's the magic.
Yes, the magic is in the repetition, not the size.
I love that. That needs to be written on a wall somewhere.
Maybe on a mug.
Yes, the magic is in the repetition, not the size. I'd buy that mug.
Me too.
You know, talking about all of this, it actually makes me feel lighter. Like I've just been reminded of how simple life can be when we let it be simple.
I feel the same. Sometimes we don't need big advice. We just need a soft conversation like this to remember that small things matter.
And that we matter.
Yes, and that taking care of ourselves doesn't have to be a project. It can be a series of tiny kindnesses we give ourselves every day.
I hope whoever's listening right now feels that. I hope they realize they don't need to fix everything. They can just start with one little habit.
One tiny step, one gentle moment. That's enough.
And honestly, if someone listening only takes one idea from today, I'd say pick the smallest one, the one that feels almost too easy.
Yes, the tiny habits are the ones that grow quietly inside your life.
And suddenly one day, you realize things feel easier.
And softer.
And more manageable.
And more human.
I love that. More human.
Thank you for this conversation, Ryan. It felt like a warm blanket.
Thank you too, Emily. It felt like a deep breath I didn't realize I needed.
And to everyone listening, we're so happy you spent this time with us.
Truly. And if this episode brought you comfort or calm, come back anytime. We're always here.
And subscribe if you want more gentle English moments with us.
Yes, subscribe and keep echoing your English.
Take care, friends.
See you in the next episode.